So as you know, eggs are super expensive if you can even find them. So it's a great time to consider getting backyard chickens. The folks over at Alchemist Farms have been supplying me with heritage chickens for the past 4 years. It's a great company out of California. And we recently just got baby chicks. As you can see from these videos, these chicks were hatched, I think, on Sunday, and we got them on Wednesday. I can tell you, if you have children, baby chickens or having backyard chickens is phenomenal. We started getting into this in 2016 and now have 2 roosters, a lot of hens. And every few years, every 3 to 4 years, I like to get baby chicks because the hens stop laying eggs. And sometimes the hawks get to some of your chickens. You're going to get raccoons. You know, there are some downsides getting backyard chickens, but there are so many upsides. Number one, I mean, it's almost April here. We are getting 5 to 7 eggs, farm fresh eggs, all sorts of different kinds of eggs, olive eggs and blue eggs and white eggs and brown eggs. And it is such a great just gift from your animals to have in your backyard. Then you save on money. I haven't had to buy eggs in the last 7 years because we have had backyard chickens. And so it's just a great thing for the family. Their poop we put in the garden, we put it in the trees around the house and so forth. It's great for the soil. Chickens also eat ticks. You know that ticks carry Lyme disease, Babesia, Borrelia, all sorts of, pathogens and so forth. Ticks are problematic. The chickens help eat those bugs. So I think a lot of people are on the fence about, well, should I get into backyard chickens? I can tell you the upsides far outweigh the downsides. Now, I know there's a Forbes article, I think from 2011, saying don't get backyard chickens. It's more cost effective to get eggs from the store. They're not factoring in the other benefits like eating the ticks in your yard, like giving you the fertilizer and the joy that having chickens bring to your children and yourself. And also the joy, let's say your friends invite you over for dinner, or let's say your parents are like, hey, come on over for dinner, bring your family over, and you bring them farm fresh eggs that are fertile because you have a rooster potentially, or they're all sorts of different colors. You have blue ones, green ones, brown ones, olive eggs, you have white. They will be, everyone's blown away. And when they taste these eggs, they are phenomenal. Even when I have so-called free range eggs from the grocery store because a friend is making me food, it really, I'm telling you, my friends, it doesn't taste very good. There's something different qualitative about this because you're letting your birds raise on pasture or have an open space. We have like a 16x8 little area where they go and run around, and that's their part of the yard. And actually the neighbors love it. People are always like, well, how do you have roosters in Washington? Isn't it illegal? What about the noise? It brings back a calming feel and sensation. I will tell you, throughout COVID, when people would walk down my street, they would hear the roosters. And I've heard this numerous times. This isn't like a one-off time. People would say, you know what? Hearing your rooster gives me confidence that the world is going to be okay. I know that sounds kind of crazy or sort of weird, but people are just, it's grounding. I think humans, I know humans have evolved around chickens, or at least have been around chickens for the better part of 500 years since they've been domesticated. And when you go to Mexico, you go to Latin America, you go to Hawaii, you wake up and you hear the birds. You're in Indonesia, you hear birds instead of honking taxi cabs and cars and buses and all of this. That noise pollution is not good. But the birds, you hear them, the hens do make a little noise, which is fine. But I can tell you, if you have children, one of the best gifts that you can give your child is backyard chickens, especially the little baby chicks. Kids absolutely love it. The neighbor kids are over all the time now playing with these backyard chicks or these little baby chicks that we have. And I really like Alchemist Farms because they are raising heritage birds. So you're going to get heritage chickens like black copper Morans. You might even get some lavender Americana. You're going to get a range of diverse birds that have different strengths and qualities and different sizes. And most importantly, if you're into the novelty of it, different types of eggs. I don't know that the nutritional value varies much in terms of the eggs, but qualitatively, they just look cool. They're different colors. And that's what makes it really sort of special when your kids go out to the chicken coop and get the eggs in the morning or the evening. And when you give them to your friends or your family, they're going to get a lot of excitement about that. So definitely check out Alchemist Farms. I'll put the link below. Also, other resources, you can check out Craigslist. A lot of people have baby chicks they sell on Craigslist, and it's not very expensive. The food is about $30, $40 a bag. You go through it every 2 weeks, depending upon how many birds you have. And if you're eating eggs every day like me, especially when they're laying, I think it's a lot more cost effective to just do this at home. So please, my friends, definitely check it out. We also have an e-course that we created with one of our employees, Nancy Carpenter, who's been raising chickens forever. I'll put the links down below, the Backyard Chicken School, where you can learn more about that. So they're a lot of fun. I would highly encourage you to check it out. Plus, you don't have to worry about egg shortages anymore because you can just walk walk out into your chicken coop and get eggs. So thanks as always for tuning in. Thanks for hitting that like button and let me know in the comments what you think about backyard chickens.